My name is Liz Simmons. I am the Vice President of Global Operations, International HR and Compliance. I'm based in the UK and I look after all of CapRelo and JK's non-US locations, both from an operational and HR and compliance standpoint. We wanted to open an overseas entity in South America because of the time zone. Was very complementary to our US operations. We honestly didn't know where to start, so we needed to work with a local partner we'd identified that Colombia was a very good location for us, but that was all we knew, and we really needed somebody to help guide us through the complexities of legal setup. Is it possible to even set an entity up? What are the ramifications? What are the considerations we needed to think about? We were at ground zero. We were at the complete starting point, and rather than do a lot of Google research ourselves, which would not have been accurate, we needed to come to some people who were professionals and who could guide us. And from what we could see with Ongresso, this is the sort of thing that you do for other companies. It seemed to be a good idea to come to the experts to start rather than try and fumble around ourselves. We were slightly idealistic in terms of we knew it was a location we wanted to be in. There was a language barrier immediately. We have many Spanish speakers on staff, but probably not to the level that you needed to be able to understand a legal framework and all of the financial implications that we needed to know about. So we were language to start off with, understanding the complexities of the legal framework. There are many things in Colombia that are not familiar to us in any other location that we operate in. I think the recent change of administration in Colombia as well had made things a little more complex than they would have been previously. That has been a minefield for us in terms of trying to understand where we should go and making sure we stay on the right side of the compliance. So we knew we wanted to be in Colombia, but compliance was probably our number one focus in terms of making sure we understood exactly what we needed to do to remain legal. So patient with us. The questions just because I'm in the UK, I understand the UK HR and employment environment. I work with colleagues in the US, they understand the US framework and employment environment. Colombia was very different to us in terms of some of the employment laws. So having someone who could extremely patiently explain to us, sometimes over and over again, what we needed to do, what was the things like how many hours a week you could work, overtime, holidays, how pay is calculated, all of the different requirements we needed for an entity, apprenticeship schemes, health and safety, all of this good stuff that we could have tried to find online. We really could have, but we just wouldn't have been successful. And some of it is quite complicated for a non-Colombian company. So I think if I think of anything else, if I think of the people we've dealt with at Ongresso, it's patience. So much patience as we ask the same question over and over again, and they help us understand exactly what we needed to do. I will say as well, whilst we've been going through our process, the financial framework has got a lot tighter, and we would never have been able to work our way through that with the various banking institutions without the Ongresso help. So that was key for us. We now have an operating entity in Colombia. We are transitioning all of our staff to be working for JK in Colombia. All of the team are very excited, and we see the country and our location now as an area of growth and development for us, for many other employees that we're looking to put in Colombia. So yeah, we have a fully operating entity. We sort of understand what we're doing, but we still have your support when we get those questions that we just don't understand, and the administrative support for the financial obligations, which I think is key for us, making sure that we stay on the right side of all compliance. They've been incredibly patient, understanding, and have worked hard to come up with solutions that are a little bit out of the box. We have found some of the things we thought would be relatively straightforward have not been so, not through anyone's fault, mainly through the change of administration. Moving money into the country, things like that, turned out to be a little bit more problematic than we thought. And Ongresso at all times have tried to come up with solutions from. So I am very, very grateful to all the support we've had from everybody that we've worked with at Ongresso.